Today I'm going to show you how to work a shawl like this with a heart pattern. I call it Mother's Day because it's perfect as a gift for your mom on Mother's Day. I use one of my bobbles in this beautiful rose to red color. This is a bobble cotton extra. That's a bobble with plied yarn, which means the yarn is twisted. The length is the same as in the regular bobble cottons and runs 800 meters per 200 gram. And it consists of 50% cotton and 50% polyacrylic. As always, keep that sleeve because on the inner side there's a crochet pattern for you. But for now, I'll use the yarn for this tutorial. I'm using a crochet hook out of my Woolly Hugs needle case. I'm using a size 4, which is a UK 8 or a US 6. I will start using my bobble from the inside. The shawl itself you start here at the top, which will be the middle of the neckline. And because I want the shawl to be dark here at the top and then phase out into the light rose at the end, I start with a darker color in the middle. We start with a loop to cast on a chain and then chain 8 stitches. After that, we insert into the first chain stitch and close the round with the slip stitch. Now I chain 2 for the height, and then into the loop and also around that loose end, I work 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then chain 5 and another 4 double crochets into the ring and also around the loose end. And that is our first row. I'm going to put the numbers of the current row up here in the top right corner for you to see, just in case you have to rewind or fast forward this video. Now I continue with 3 chain stitches as a base for the next double crochets and 2 double crochets for the height. Then I turn my work, work 1 double crochet into the 3rd chain stitch of the base, one into the 2nd, and 1 into the 1st. The 4th double crochet of this group, because the shawl is framed with these squares or groups of 4 double crochets, the 4th double crochet goes here into the 1st stitch of that next group. After that, we chain 5, and then we work 1 double crochet into the last of this group. And then 3 double crochets around the following chain of 5. Then chain another 5 stitches, add another 3 double crochets around the same chain. This is the middle of your shawl, and the way you work that middle always stays the same. I'm going to mark the middle with a stitch marker. You can also find these stitch markers in my needle case. Next is the 4th double crochet of the group, and I work that into the 1st stitch of the following group of the previous row. Then chain 5 and work 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the next group. To build the rest of that group, I now have to add 3 double crochets at the end of this row. yarn over for the double crochet, insert and pull the yarn through. Now chain 1, and this chain stitch then is the base for the next double crochet. So just finish the double crochet as usual. Yarn over again, and now I insert into the chain stitch I just created and pull the yarn through. Chain 1 for the following double crochet, and finish this double crochet now. Yarn over, insert into the chain stitch, pull the yarn through, then first chain 1, and then finish the double crochet. And now I have my 4 double crochets, so the group is complete and finished. Now I again chain 3 as the base for the 3rd row, and then chain 2 more for the height. Turn your work, work 1 double crochet into the 3rd chain stitch, and 1 double crochet each into the following 2 chain stitches. This is row 3. And the 4th double crochet I work into the first stitch of the following group of 4. Chain 5, and into the middle stitch of the following chain of 5, so the 3rd one, I now work 1 single crochet. Chain another 5, and then the first double crochet into the last stitch of the following group. And because I'm in the middle again, now the other 3 double crochets go around the middle chain. That's so that this group always consists of 4 double crochets. Then I chain 5 and work another 3 double crochets around the chain. The 4th double crochet goes into the first stitch of the following group. Chain 5, 1 single crochet into the middle stitch of the chain, chain another 5, work the first double crochet into the last stitch of the following group, and then again add 3 more double crochets at the end. For the added double crochets you yarn over, insert, pull the yarn through, chain 1, and then finish the double crochet. Yarn over, insert, pull the yarn through, chain 1, and finish the double crochet. One more time, yarn over, insert, pull the yarn through, chain 1, and finish the double crochet. Now we have another complete group of 4 here at the edge. And we again chain 3 as the base of the 4th row, and 2 more for the height. Then I turn my work. Next is row 4. As always, I work 1 double crochet into the 3rd chain stitch, and then 1 double crochet each into the following 2 stitches. One more double crochet into the first stitch of this group, and then chain 2. And now, into the third stitch of the following chain of 5, we work 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, chain 1, and into the middle stitch of the following chain, which is also the third stitch, I crochet another 5 double crochets. These two clusters will later be the top arcs of the heart, with the heart being upside down. A short while ago I uploaded a tutorial for a similar shawl, the shawl Love with Hearts. You can find all 3 parts of that tutorial on my channel. With the shawl Love, the hearts are the right way up, but then once you wear the shawl, they are upside down. With this shawl, Mother's Day, it's just the other way around. So you decide which of the 2 shawls you want to crochet, or if you want to make them both. Okay, after these 5 double crochets, we chain 2, then work 1 double crochet into the last stitch of this group, and after that, we are at the middle chain again. As always, around the middle chain, you work 3 double crochets, five chain stitches, and another 3 double crochets. And then into the first stitch of the following group, I crochet the 4th double crochet. Chain 2, into the middle stitch, so the third one of this chain, we work 5 double crochets. That's 1 arc for the top of the heart. Then chain 1 and work another 5 double crochets into the middle stitch of the next chain, the second arc of this heart. Chain 2, 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the group, and then we again add our 3 double crochets. Remember to work the chain stitches. And that's row 4. Next, we again chain 3 as the base and 2 for the height. Then 1 double crochet each into the 3 chain stitches of the base. And after that, you can turn your work, although this is already the first square of the 5th row. And before I insert into the first stitch of the group for the 4th double crochet, I turn my work. But you can decide for yourself when to turn the work. Either chain the 5 stitches of the beginning and then turn your work, or continue until you have the first 3 double crochets and then turn your work. Either way, we now start at row 5. First, we chain 6 stitches. Then the first 2 double crochets of the arc for the heart, we cast off together. So only work your first double crochet halfway, then start the second double crochet and cast off those 3 loops together. 1 double crochet into the middle double crochet, and again 2 double crochets casted off together for the last 2 double crochets. Next is a double crochet around the chain stitch, not into, around. And after that, another 2 double crochets casted off together. Then 1 double crochet into the middle one. And one more time, 2 double crochets casted off together. And then we again chain 6 stitches, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the following group, and as always, we work 3 double crochets, 5 chain stitches and 3 more double crochets around the middle chain. The 4th double crochet goes into the first stitch of the following group. Chain 6 stitches. Then the first 2 double crochets of the arc for the heart we cast off together. One double crochet into the middle double crochet, and again 2 double crochets casted off together for the last 2 double crochets. Next is a double crochet around the chain stitch. After that, another 2 double crochets casted off together. Then 1 double crochet into the middle one, and one more time 2 double crochets casted off together. And then we again chain 6 stitches. 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the group, and at the end we again add our usual 3 stitches. There's a written pattern to this design as well, with a large crochet pattern. I put a link for that into the description box below. So if you prefer working with a crochet chart, or you just want to double check what you're doing, this might be a good idea. To work with the chart alongside this video is also the perfect opportunity to learn how to read such a crochet chart, because you can watch the video and look at the chart at the same time. That way, you slowly learn what the different symbols mean and how to read the pattern. You even learn where to begin reading a chart. Okay, I already started row 6, and I'm now working on the 4th double crochet of the very first group. Row 6. Chain 5. And then right into the last stitch of that group, we work 1 double crochet. And the following 3 double crochets go around this arc of 6 chain stitches. Then chain 5. And then for the heart, we cast off the first 3 double crochets together. Work the double crochets halfway, now I have 3, and then cast off all 4 loops together. Then 1 double crochet, and another 3 double crochets casted off together. As you can see, our heart forms one row after the other. Now chain 5, Then 3 double crochets around the chain. 1, 2, 3, double crochet number 4 into the first stitch of the following group, chain 5, and then 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the next group. And we're in the middle of our shawl again. As always, 3 double crochets, 5 chain stitches, and 3 double crochets around the middle chain. The last double crochet into the first stitch of the following group, then chain 5, a double crochet into the last stitch of the following group, three double crochets around the chain, chain 5, and we're at the next heart. For the heart, we cast off the first 3 double crochets together. Then 1 double crochet into the middle stitch and cast off the last 3 double crochets together as well. Chain 5, then 3 double crochets around the chain of 6, one double crochet into the first stitch of the group, chain 5, 1 double crochet into the last stitch of the group, and because this is the end of the row, we now add our usual 3 double crochets. By the way, if you like, you can visit my Woolly Hugs Facebook group. We have a lot of members who love to discuss new patterns and designs. Alright, so this was row number 6. I will show you how to continue in part 2 of this tutorial. You can see how our hearts are slowly forming. And then these chains here will be where we start the next row of hearts. And that's that. We will see each other again in part 2 of this tutorial.